It is a new month, guys. It is a new month, and we're just excited. I cannot believe it is March 1st already. February is done, January is done. We are embarking upon the end of the first quarter of 2021. So we're excited about this. What is up? We're excited. Today's March 1st. It's like the first of, spring is coming. That's all I am excited about is that warm weather, that good stuff. I'm excited about spring. I'm just excited in general. There's so many good things that are, coming. I just feel like goodness is on the way. You know what I mean? So, of course, welcome to What's the 411. I just want to thank you guys for hopping in with me. We're about to, jump in, as I said, to May. This is going to be an awesome, awesome, awesome month. I definitely want to send a big shout out to Leighton Michelle. This is what I'm wearing. My black is beautiful. Of course, we know that Black History Month is over, but it's Black History every day, and we've got to embrace that. We've got to run towards our history so that we know what's up and what's popping. We're having Sade on today's show, and we're excited to hear all of the gems that she has to offer today. Hey! Oh,
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. How's everyone doing today?
we are good.
I
How
see
are you?
technical. Hopefully the internet will allow us to be great.
Yes, it will. Yes, we're
Hello,
gonna be great regardless.
Elijah.
So how's it going?
We're going great today. How is everybody doing?
We're good. We're
We
good.
have a
We're
barking
good. It's
dog,
March
so hopefully
1st.
he will be on his best behavior. I can't guarantee it though, but
All right, well, talk to us. Tell us your name and where you are from.
okay, let Rocky in because he's not gonna let me do this interview without him getting his way. Hello, everyone. My name is Sade Wayadu, and I'm a digital brand strategist. And my goal is to help women entrepreneurs build, brand, and market digital programs, products, and services. And today I am coming in from North Carolina.
Wow, all the way from North Carolina. We're so excited to have you here. Talk to us about digital branding. Like, what does that mean? What does it mean?
So, I like to hang out in the digital streets and I work with women to build their courses and digital products. And the digital brand is all the things that we do online to market ourselves, to share our message, to share our stories like we're doing right now. This is an element of creating a digital brand. And due to social media and millions of people having digital devices, it's just made it easier for us to connect. And especially in a season like COVID-19, where more people are forced to stay at home, especially we're coming on the cusp of the shutdowns globally and in the United States, we spent a lot of more time online. So if you were a business owner, and you had a digital based business, this was what I called your time to shine. People were looking for things to buy. They were looking for things to learn. They were looking for personal development, professional development. They were just searching consistently because we were all stuck at home. And even though some places have opened up, we're still in the middle of a pandemic. And the digital space is still very much so important. And people are looking for products, services, things to support virtually. So you want to make sure if you're an entrepreneur that you are showing up powerfully and that you have a digital presence.
Wow, so important. Talk to us about how we can
Mm-hmm.
do that. Like, let's say you're an entrepreneur, you're trying to get yourself out there. What are the tips? Like, what do we need to know?
So the first thing is, I call it your brand trifecta. You have to be clear about who you are. Number one, what's your personality? What do you like? What do you dislike? What is the calling on your life in this world? Like, how are you supposed to make this world a better place? That's like step number one. You got to get clear about who you are and how you want to show up in the world. What do you want to be known for? Number two is get clear about your target market. Who do you specifically want to serve? Rocky. Who do you want to specifically serve in the marketplace? Are they moms? Are they parents? Are they singles? Are they in relationships? Where do they live? Where do they hang out? Where do they hang out online, especially if you're talking about a digital brand? And then number three is really get clear about the specific offer that you want to put out there in the marketplace. So many people want to do everything and serve everyone, but in actuality, you're serving no one when you're trying to serve everybody. So the key is to really get clear about who you are, what your brand story is, what your brand message is going to be, who your audience is, and what that unique offer is. It doesn't have to be something brand spanking new that no one in the world has ever seen. Like, you don't have to create an iPod, right? Or an iPhone. But it could be something that's already in the marketplace, but you have an opportunity or a way to make it stand out because you've niched down, you've created a specific audience, you've carved out a specific subset of the market, or it could just be something that's unique to you where you've added your swag, your secret sauce too. So in this space, it's super important to just get really clear about who you are, what you do in the world, and how you make the world a better place. And also put a price tag on that, baby. That's super important. A lot of people forget that part. Right, especially my ladies. And I'd be like, you got to put some dollars on it because, listen, we got to get paid.
But you mentioned something really important about like a target market, right? And I hear so many people when they're talking about, I guess building their brand, they're like, but everybody can benefit from my brand, So how do you narrow it down when you just want to serve the entire world?
There's so many people who always say that, and I'm always like, you can't serve everyone. Serving everyone is serving no one. When I first started, hey Elijah, that's my nephew. And Michelle, my niece, the whole family's like on today. When I first started in the marketplace, I started in my like mid-20s. So I thought I was gonna be this hot millennial that all the millennials were gonna love, and I was gonna be branding millennials. That's not what happened. I'm an old lady at heart. So because I like my house coats and I like my bonnets, I attracted my older, mature ladies that like all of my energy and all the sass that I bring to the table. So when I looked at the numbers, this is very important. I looked at who was actually tuning into my content. And most importantly, I looked at who was investing with me, who was paying me. Because, you in business, you got to make money. So who was paying me? And I got clear that my audience is really more of Gen Xers, baby boomers. Those are my ladies. So I thought it was going to be one thing. And then another subset of the market came to me because they liked my energy. They liked the hot pink. They liked the extraness. And they wanted to incorporate that somehow into their business. So that was super important. You got to get clear. In the beginning, you're going to be taking a guess. You don't know who it's going to be. You don't know who's going to show up and say you're going to be their person. But I like to tell people to make educated guesses based on the math. If you haven't made $1 in your business, then you won't have the data. So you have to go get out to market, put products and services out there so that you can get clear about who actually wants what you have to offer.
Mm-hmm. And then, so how do you do that? How do you just put your story out there? Because you're talking about putting your story out there, selling your stuff. How do you do that? Where do you go?
Well, it's a combination. Where is your target market that you believe is your market? Where do you believe they're hanging out? And where do you like to hang out? And it has to be a mixture. What kind of content do you like to create versus the content that they are resonating with? So I spend a lot of time on Facebook because that's where my target market is. But I also am cognizant that I got people on Instagram, even though I don't like to spend too much time here. I don't spend too much time here, but I realize it is powerful as well. So you got to figure out where you like to spend the time. And for me, when I first started out, like I couldn't talk, like I like to talk. So well-crafted tweets was not going to work. 140 characters, that wasn't going to work for me. Perfect photos. Like right now, I don't have any makeup on and I got lipstick on. I feel good about myself today. I just don't feel like taking selfies and doing photo shoots all the time. It seems like if you go to my page, you're gonna be like, she always at a photo shoot. But that's the evolved version of me. That's not the real Sade from Jersey version. the evolved version of me understands I'm building a brand and I got to take more photos and all that other stuff. But the real one, when I was starting out, that was not my thing. I don't want to take selfies and have my hair done all of the time, or even eyebrows. Like I got a unibrow right now, you just can't see it. I don't feel like doing that all the time. But when live video came, this opportunity for us to communicate and connect, I started off on Periscope. And that was what took me to six figures in my business. I felt I was alive. Like I could just make noises and make faces and do all kinds of extraness. And people could really, hey, Martine, could really understand my personality because they could see me in real time. And if the dog was barking, if the sky is falling, something happens, a light could fall. It was just, it is what it is. This is real time. Like it is what it is. So for me, that really allowed me to share my personality with the world. It allowed me to meet people from around the world that I never would have met. And some of these people we've connected with in person, like Martine and Giselle was on here. So many amazing people because of platforms like this. So I could not take, I knew that I wasn't an early adopter like on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook groups. I wasn't one of the first people to have a Facebook page or Instagram profile. But I had the opportunity to be an early adopter on a live video. And I saw the power of that. Literally, there are people I saw doing video who now have television shows on TV because of the power of video. And I'm also seeing that same thing happen with Clubhouse. And what's great about Clubhouse is I don't have to wear a wig. I can knock this lipstick right off and I can just be in my house coat and still have an audience and a tribe. So we have a powerful season right now where people are actively engaging and listening to us, and we can just be our regular schmegular selves. Like so many times we've been told that we talk too much. How many people have been told that? Raise my hand. You talk too much. Oh, you need to wear the best wigs. Your wigs ain't $2,500. You like the 25. Now this one I upgraded a little bit, but you like the you gotta wear this. And you can't do this, and you ain't got no lashes on today. And your eyebrows is a unibrow. Oh well, that's just it is what it is. There are people who will love you for all of the things that people told you weren't perfect about you or were not good about you. There are people who will appreciate you and value you. So it's like, why would I, like, if you can find your tribe, why would we spend time with people who are not edifying and supporting the things that we do? So it's super powerful, super important in a season like this where people who could be like, where the money resides can become a star. And now he's doing music or whatever he's doing, where people can just say stuff and now they have a platform because they were being their bold, imperfect selves. So we live in a powerful season right now, and I really want us to take full advantage of it, and not just take full advantage of it and just get the popularity and the likes and the viralness, but also be cognizant that this is an opportunity to monetize, and which is super important because money allows us to have freedom, flexibility. It allows us to have fun. Like right now, this month, I'm taking basically this month off because so right now, I was like, I'm gonna put some lip gloss on, but I'm not wearing no makeup. I'm gonna come with messy brows, and I'm gonna just tilt this hat called a wig to the side, and we're just gonna make it work tonight. Like, it allows you to have flexibility and freedom and really tap into the person you truly are.
Talk about it, yes. So you talk a lot about monetizing. How do we find out like what the dollar figure or what the right dollar figure is to put on our product?
The short answer is to test it out. And then the second answer is to decide. You can decide if you want to if you're in the coaching and service-based space, I highly recommend people be more high ticket. You get to your income goals faster and you work with less people. You can provide them with more quality projects and work. And you can take some more time off working with less people. Now, if you're in the volume-based philosophy, you have a lower price product, but you have more people. And maybe it's a membership. It could be a monthly subscription service. It can be digital products that you set and forget. So there's multiple ways to go about this. And it really just depends on your business model and your product structure.
Mm. So I seen online that you do like a course for, or I get, yeah, like a course on how to build your online course for anybody interested in putting a course out there. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So I actually am going to start teaching the class again on Wednesday. Our cart closes tomorrow night. It's called Course Champions. My background's in education. Prior to starting my business, I lived in the Republic of Kazakhstan. I was traveling the world in my like early 20s, mid 20s, living my best life. And I realized that there was more to life than me just traveling, even though it was super fun. And a month before I resigned from my international education job, I started my business online. And the reason why I talk so much about monetization is because I didn't know. I was used to a check. If you work a 9 to 5, you're used to getting that check. And when that check was not coming in no more, and I had bills, I was like, we got to figure out something. It's beyond just getting a logo and a website. Like, there's some more stuff I'm missing. So just like a smart kid, if I didn't understand math, I go to the math teacher. If I didn't understand chemistry or some type of science, I go to the chemist or the science teacher. So that's what I had to do. I had to find some business educators and leaders who understood who I was as a person, and who could help me get to where I desired to be. So investing in coaching and mentorship totally changed the game for me. And it allowed me to grow my business in every element, every step of the way. I've heavily invested in mentorship. Going back to the courses, that came back because I realized there were people who were teaching about this. And I was like, wait a minute. I went to school to learn education. I'm also a doctoral candidate in the School of Education. I'm like, this is what I went to school for. All these degrees that I got these student loans for. You telling me that I could just show people how to make digital products? Like, why didn't I think of this earlier? So I was inspired by someone who used to be an attorney who said he was paid more to teach people how to pass the LSAT, which is the test to get into law school, than he did actually being an attorney. And when he said that, I was like, okay, there's something there. You get paid more for teaching what you know. And I had always been told that teachers are not going to make money. And I'm like, I don't accept that. I never accepted that. I was like, you don't know me. They're like, people say, oh, you're going to be a teacher. What kind of, it's like they're like patting you on the back, like, oh, that's so nice. Not like, oh, that's a nice career. It's like, oh, that's so. And I was like, oh, you must not know me. I was gonna make money regardless. I don't care what y'all was saying. So I just leveraged my teacher degree and my background in education and the background in branding and marketing as well to teach people how to package the products. Because it's one step to create. Then the next piece of it that goes back into this branding and marketing conversation is you gotta market that baby. You got to put some
Mhm.
gasoline and let people see that you have things to offer. So that's where it all comes together. We can help you create the product, package the program or service, and then we teach you how to market it. And then the next piece is we got to show you how to sell it, because you got to know how to sell things. The best people in the marketplace are the sellers. They know how to sell stuff. Because if I bring you people, you'll make money. And it's super important that you know how to sell. If you don't know how to sell, you don't got a business. Trust me. You learn from my
Mhm.
mistakes. You got to know how to sell.
Awesome. Yes, that's very important. So the online course just basically kind of tells everybody how to package and sell the products.
How to create it. We spend the biggest hurdle. The first hurdle for people is they don't know where to start, and they don't know what to create, or they feel like they're not an expert. So we start there. We identify,
Hmm.
we brain dump what you already know. And then my motto is teach what you know, dot, 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 get paid well for it. So we start off with our framework of teaching what you know. We identify and we take you from the brainstorming, brain dump process through a system of figuring out what course you should create first. Because there's also people who are like, I want to do this, I want to do this. They got squirrel, they want to do everything. So we have to kind of take them through a systematic process where they can figure out what's the one thing that they need to create first. And if they want to create other courses or products and services, they can take my same framework and put another course through the process. But I just need them to start with the one thing first. So they start with that first. After they have the course, then we talk about how to package it. How do we make it attractive? How do we make it appealing to our ideal market? Once we go through that process, then we talk about the marketing. So the first half is like the design and the creation. Then the second half is all about marketing, pricing, and then launching it into the marketplace so that they figure out what their price point should be. They figure out how to market it. And there's multiple ways to market, but you got to have a product. Or at least what I encourage people, you don't even have to have, honestly, the full product created. And we show people how to do that. We have clients who do it all the time. They will sell stuff before it's fully created, called pre-sale, or you sell it. So, and it's also proof of concept. I would hate for people to go through and make 10 modules and do all this content and they don't have proof of concept. Nobody's bought it. Super important. So that is what I encourage people to do. Have your proof of concept, pre-sell it. And then once you sell it, teach the content live the first time around so that you can get your bearings. You can see what people like, what people don't like, and then make sure you're really consistently marketing the course if you want consistent sales.
Awesome. Wow, important. And so you said you are doing this course at the cart closes, you said on Wednesday?
Yes. So if anybody's interested, just send me a message and I'll send some more information about it. More than happy to do that.
Okay. You also are an international speaker. Talk to us about that. Where do you go to speak and what do you talk about?
So it depends on what they want me to talk about. I had visions as a kid that I would be traveling the world. I just never knew that journey would really start in Kazakhstan. Doing teacher development, developing curriculum and teaching, training teachers and also working with students, to traveling to Taiwan and speaking in Albania and speaking in South Africa and leveraging the platform of live video to do a lot of that. Now, I already had connections in Kazakhstan and parts of Asia, but Albania literally came from one day I was on live video on Periscope and I said, I want another international speaking gig. 2 weeks later, I was getting on a plane to Tirana, Albania, and I was speaking on a stage in Albania. 2 weeks later, at the presidential palace in Albania. Literally, I just put it out there. I said, it's going to happen. I'm going to be speaking internationally again. And I was on a plane 2 weeks later. I posted it, somebody saw it, and she was like, if you're serious, I got the hookup. And I was like, what? Literally 2 weeks later. It didn't even make any sense. So that's the power of sharing what your desires are. You don't know who's ready to open up a door. I had no idea that this person would see what I was saying and open up a door like that for me to be speaking on a stage. And I was like, I'm going to Albania. Like, am I really doing this? And I was there. So you just never know. And then South Africa happened when I was hosting an event in New Jersey. This woman came and I posted it on social media, it was online, and she saw it. And she was like, I had to come to the United States. I was like, I saw your event. I was like, well, let me just come from South Africa. I was like, you came 15 hours to see me? Like, I don't even understand what is going on right now. And she was like, well, I want you to come to South Africa in a couple of months. And I haven't heard from this lady. I'm like, this can't be real. Like, this is not for real. And that was in June when I met her. By Thanksgiving of November, I was in South Africa speaking. So when I say putting out your vision, telling your story, being unafraid to be your imperfect self, you never know who's a gatekeeper, who's ready to open up the doors of opportunity. And what do I speak about? So that particular event, I was speaking to like 300 accountants. And I was like, I am not an accountant. I don't know what they hiring me for, but I'm going to take this trip to South Africa. And it ain't on my dime. Oh, I'm going. I was just like, I'm not an accountant, but that's not what they wanted me to speak about. They wanted me to talk about social media, digital marketing. Some people have hired me to speak
Okay.
about courses, mostly branding courses. And I spoke this week, and I'm on like a speaking tour. Um, spoke to some college students on Saturday about um, building a personal brand as a student leader. These were campus organizations and campus leaders. So we talked about building a personal brand as a student leader. And then I have some other stuff I'm speaking about. Most of it is about, this month is about personal branding.
Mm. That's amazing. That is amazing. Wow. Wow. And then you also wrote a book. You're an author too. So
Yes.
talk to us about this
We
book.
actually have another book launching next Monday for International Women's Day. So I I thought when I first started this authoring journey online virtually, I had to write like a dissertation because that's what I'm in the process of writing right now. That's why I'm taking time off this month to get focused and write my dissertation. So that's what I thought a book was in my head. But in this business space, you don't have to write a dissertation to have a book. It can be a short read. You can do anthologies with a group of people and get something written out. It is a way for people, it's a part of your legacy. It's a way for people to stay connected to you who may not be able to invest in your products and services, but they still have a piece of you. And I'm super excited. We have 10 additional authors. Next week, we're uh, releasing my volume number 2. Is called Journey to Greatness, and it's a motivational book. So part of me being a digital brand strategist, I'm also motivational, and I want to encourage and inspire people to live their absolute best amazing lives. Like, while we have breath in our body, there's really no excuse why we can't be doing great things in the world. Even when the world and all of the crazy things are happening, there's still an opportunity for us to live amazingly and powerful lives and inspire other people. So I got these authors together in the midst of COVID. We were writing the book last year to kind of talk about our experiences during the pandemic, because I want to be able to give my grandchildren and great great grandchildren something to see what happened during this time. Like, I was like, we got to chronicle this because I need them to know what happened and how I was feeling, and the emotions and the challenges that were occurring, because we're living history. So I wanted to document that too. Part of my background is in history, and part of it was looking at like archival history. How do we share stories and leave a legacy? So that's always been a part of me. I want to leave clues for the next generation. So that book is coming out on Monday, and I'm just looking forward to just being able to inspire more people.
Wow. Very, very nice. And so where are we going to be able to pick up this book?
It will be on Amazon. It will be launched on Amazon on Monday. We will be having a pre-launch, pre-sales for the hard copy of the book as well. If you follow me on social media, I will post it on Instagram when the book is live next week.
Awesome. And it's called Journey to Greatness.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So how did you get started? Like what made you start doing all of these different things?
I didn't want to. I always tell people I didn't want to become an entrepreneur. I wanted to be a teacher. I was more than happy being a teacher. Been I mean, it would still been stressful, especially in COVID, because I probably would have had to make some decisions in this season. But I enjoyed it. I didn't start entrepreneurship because I hated what I was doing. I just knew that I had a bigger calling on my life, and I was supposed to be doing some more purposeful things. And I couldn't be in those four walls of a classroom. And then I was
Mm.
living overseas, and I missed my family. I wanted to date, like, I want to have a life. And I realized living 5,000 miles away, I like melanin. And I was like, it wasn't, I needed a life. So it was important to me to create something that allows me to have the flexibility and freedom to travel and have fun, and also spend time with my family. Um, that stuff is important to me. I was doing great things overseas, but I was missing out on meaningful moments like birthdays and graduations and family events. And I just said I was no longer willing to sacrifice that. So I had to start my business, but it wasn't because I wanted to. I was very reluctant, but I knew, okay, what really started, I knew that like the first day of school, I was there in Kazakhstan for 3 years. And on the first day, my supervisor said, "Are you coming back?" And when I told him I don't know, I knew I needed to develop a game plan. So I started saving money. I saved $10,000. I was paying off debt, but I was like saving. I was like, I'm not buying any clothes. I was like, I'm not like, I will go to school in rags. Like, I don't really care. Because I didn't know what I was doing next, but whatever was coming next required me to have some money. And I didn't know how much I was going to need. I totally did not have enough. Let's be clear about that. Doing an international move and then a regional move right after that. Oh, I totally underestimated how much money I was going to need. Um, but I just couldn't quit my job because, like I said, I lived in Kazakhstan. I'm not down the street. Jersey is not down the street. I got to get on like 2 planes. I got to take a taxi 5 hours away to get to the airport. So I had to develop a game plan before I left Kazakhstan. And I decided to start my business as a life coach virtually a month before I resigned from my job. And we'll be 7 years in June when I decided to be like, I'm out. But it's definitely been a process. The way that I got into branding was really because people kept asking me, how did you build your brand? How did you build your brand? I built my website. I was making logos. I was doing all kinds of stuff. And I didn't understand that people would pay me for that kind of stuff. I just thought it was stuff I was doing. And they kept saying, no, we like what you're doing. We like it. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I couldn't understand. And they were like, until people kept saying, no, we're going to pay you for this. I'm like, what do you mean you're going to pay me? I don't understand. And then somebody was like, send me your PayPal. I'm going to pay you. It took me, I was hard-headed, people. It took me a long time to figure out that a business, you're supposed to make money in a business. That's why I'm really adamant with people in the beginning. Like, listen, you understand exchange of commerce, because it took me so long. I had so much self-doubt and disbelief. I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I was smart enough. I thought you had to have an MBA. I'm like, why would people pay me? This regular girl from Jersey, like just talking her crazy stuff on social media. Why would they do this? And I had to understand that I have a calling. I have a special gift, and I have to accept that. And I have to also be okay with being compensated for that gift. So now we're in a new season of life where, almost 7 years in, where I get it. I understand it more. But in the beginning, I didn't understand none of this. Okay. It comes over time. Don't take too much time, but it comes over time.
Okay. And so what kind of tips would you have for any entrepreneurs out there? Any advice to give anybody who's like, just embarking on this journey?
Get mentors. Don't give up because it's not easy. Every day, like literally even today, you just go through a roller coaster of emotions, right? Today I get an email. Oh, I'm so upset because I did something. And I'm like, okay. And then I get another email. I really loved what you did. And I'm just like, see, you like your emotions can go up and down in just like 24 hours, 5 hours. The first one, I was like, I was doing something for free and you're mad because I stopped. It was free. Where the other person was happy and so appreciative, like, thank you so much for what you did. I'm so excited about it. Like, you just get to a point where you got to understand you can't please everybody. And we're in the process. I want to scale to multiple 6 figures and then 7 figures. Probably, I'm not going to, they tell me it can happen this year, but I'm taking my time. But I'm going to say in the next 18 to 24 months or less. And there's some new decisions that I have to make. I can't operate like I used to operate when I was charging $80 for everything. If I want to create $1 million business, I can't operate that same way. I can't have the same people around me. Some people got to go. I can't have the same team. Some team members have to go. I cannot have some of the same clients. Some of the clients got to go. Because if I'm committed to hitting this next mark, and it's really tied to my commitment to generational wealth and leaving a legacy and making a mark on this world, there's things I got to do differently, because what got me to this point is not going to get me to the next point. I got to be radical. So that's why it's so important for self-care. That's why we're taking time off, slow down to speed up. So that's what we're doing in the month of March. Just slowing down. I'm not worried about what's happening with new clients or bank account. It is what it is. We'll be provided
Mm.
for. I'll be good.
That's a powerful statement because being radical does not always come with ease. Sometimes it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
hard.
It is. Like, so for me, I'm a doctoral candidate. I had to be radical sometimes when I was a student. And I would bring my suitcase to class and be like, listen, professor, I got to get on a flight to California because my next level is in Cali. And I know
Mm.
statistics class, but I for the first 30 minutes. But if I don't leave, my flight is going to leave me. The red out of California. And I was in Wisconsin at the time. I was like, I got to be in California at 9 o'clock in the morning. This was a night class. And I would roll. Most of the people who went to school with me know Sade. They were like, where you going this week? What you doing this week? It was one time I had a class and I was flying to DC because it was an event at Google. And I was like, I got to be at this event. And then I had to go fly to Texas the next morning because I was really supposed to be in Texas. And then I had to fly to Atlanta because it was something else happening. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be radical. I would go to class uh, Monday through Thursday. I would leave Thursday night, come back Monday right in time for class because I knew that certain things that I needed to learn were not going to happen in the walls of the university. And I needed to go out and get sacrifices. I'm still in school. I've been out. I had to make sacrifices. But now in this season, because we've grown, we've doubled in the middle of a pandemic. Now I'm like, okay, you have some unfinished business. You have to take time off from business because if you want to finish the thing that you have started, you cannot be doing both at the same time. So that's what this month is about. I have a dissertation coach. I'm like, we about to get this thing on and popping because sis got to get out of school. So I can really truly live the life and the calling and the purpose that I was born to do. And I'm really committed to that. And sometimes you can't be everything to everybody because you got a bigger calling on your life.
Mm. Definitely, definitely. I hear that. So talk to us about like if you are or if you go by a certain quote or if you have like a motivational piece that you want to leave with us that you kind of go by.
I'll say one of them is just to do it, but Nike don't come for me though. Don't, copyright. Just go for it. If you are thinking about doing something, taking a leap of faith, go for it. If it's on your mind, it's been on your heart, that you're supposed to go do something, just go do it. Your life,
Mm.
your family, your legacy will be much better because you did. And this is the thing, you could fail. Like, let's be real. Like, I took
Mm.
some risk last month. I'm like, oh, I took some risks. And some of them was epic fails. But let me tell you, I learned so much from those failures. I was like, listen, I won't make them failures at the $1 million mark. I know that much. I won't be making them kind of failures again. Like sometimes I'm hard headed. I gotta just learn the hard way. So
Mm.
even if you may take that leap of faith and it doesn't work out the way that you believe it's supposed to work out, I want you to know that it is still working out the way it's supposed to work out. Like we learn so much
Mhm.
from failure as well.
Yeah, true, very true. So before I let you go, do you have anybody you want to shout out?
I shouted out a lot of people who I saw on the call already. So my nieces and nephews were in here, Martine, I've seen past clients. I just want to say thank you for inviting me here. Shout out to all the women. Welcome to, at the end of Black History Month, on the beginning of Women's History Month. I just want to shout out the amazing women who are doing the work every single day. Um, we appreciate you. Keep doing the work that you're doing. Know that somebody needs you and keep on going. So if you're discouraged, if you're feeling like giving up, just go for it for a little bit longer. Like commit for the next 30 days to just being the best version of yourself.
Oh, and I just like to shout you out. Thank you so much for,
Thank you.
coming on the show and dropping all these gems on us. We appreciate you. Where can we learn more about you, or how can we keep in touch?
Connect with me on the Instagram. We're here on the gram. Let's follow and connect. I'm not the best over here, but I do spend some time on Clubhouse. Um,
Okay.
I will be back this month. Like I said, I'm taking more time off. So, but I'll still be around. I'll be back. I'll be back. So if you send me a message, if you ask me a question, more than likely I will point you in the right direction. So definitely stay connected. And when we come back, we'll be better than ever.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much today. I appreciate you, and we'll definitely be in touch. All
All
right.
right. Have an amazing day, everybody. Live your best life and just go after everything you absolutely desire because it is available to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care. Bye. Wow, guys. Oh my gosh. That was just like, I mean, ending off Black History and then knowing that this is, Women's International Day is coming up, but this is just our time. You know what I'm saying? And Shade just gave us all of the gems that we need to hear tonight, all about pushing yourself, keeping that faith, just running towards those goals and aspirations that you have. And if you have that feeling like you really want to do something, just going and actually doing it. You know what I mean? um, and just allowing yourself to shine. You know what I'm saying? Just allow yourself to shine. Our black is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Just allow the black to shine, the blackness. All right, guys. So I just want to thank you guys for popping on today. I appreciate you. I want to send a big shout out, of course, to Michelle in the building, Your Wellness Factor. You guys need to hop onto her page and, order a shirt. Order a shirt. They are motivational. I seen Sherry this weekend and she had the hoodie, My Black is Beautiful. And I was just like, damn, man. Damn, like I want to order that hoodie now. Oh my gosh, so lit. So there's so many different designs. Not only this t-shirt, you guys seen my Unapologetically Ellie t-shirt. My kids all have t-shirts. They have like, I mean, it's just, you need to get on the page and support, support, support. I also want to send a big shout out to M&R Catering. Michelle is, she's out here. She is cooking some real good food, guys. Okay, some really good food. So you want to get onto M&R Catering. Order. She's got so many different things on the menu coming up. She's got a special menu. You just missed out on the Black History Month menu, but you definitely want to support her for the months coming up. Also want to send a big shout out to Soft Stones. I am constantly just every time I wash my hands, I'm washing with my Soft Stones. I'm greasing up with my body butters that I love so much. So guys, you definitely want to support her. Go onto her page, order something. She'll send it right to you and you can get buttered up as well. I mean, everything smells good and it feels so good on your skin. Also want to send a big shout out to, of course, Made by Ebs. Ebony will have you hooked up looking fly, okay, for your custom designs. She's a Toronto designer from right here in Toronto. So you definitely want to reach out to her. She will hook you up. She's got the skills on the sewing machine, okay? So you got to reach out to her. I want to send a big shout out to Malcolm as well. You guys want a piece of authentic original artwork, you definitely want to hit up Malcolm Ricketts on Instagram and support him, okay? And then Sade, we definitely want to hit up Sade. If you guys are looking to get into her course that she has coming up. The cart, she said, closes on Wednesday. So make sure that you check her bio, click on the link and support her. Get in there, learn the skills and the tools and the tips and all that expertise that she has to help you with your branding and marketing. And this is huge. When it comes to branding and marketing, we need to, as she said, go to the experts that know exactly what they're doing so that they are able to help you package your product properly and then put it out in the marketplace so that you can make that money. And that's what it's all about. It's all about making sure that we are leaving that generational wealth, leaving those legacies, not only for our children that we have or may not even have already, but the generations to come for the future so that, they got it. As soon as they're born, they got it. right? So that it is what it is. That's what we're trying to work on right now. Remember that Black History Month is not a month, it's every single day, and it's up to us to learn about our own Black history. And that's not only in general Black history, that's Black history, your own history. You know what I mean? It's about your own family as well. So it's important for you to dig deep, find out where you come from so that you know what changes need to be made and you can push yourself to go where you've got to go. All right. So I just want to send a shout out to all you guys. Big up yourself. This is month number 3 in 2021, and we're reaching for the stars. Okay. 2021 is going to be a fantastic, it is already started out different, but we're going to embrace it and we are shooting for the stars. Okay. So yeah, March 1st, we have what was I going to call? We do have a challenge, 10-day challenge coming up. Our 10-day challenge is coming up on March 10th. So make sure that you guys follow and like and subscribe and go to my YouTube page. If you missed the summit last week, you definitely want to go to my YouTube page, check it out and watch the summit. We already have a lot of different people that are trying to get on to the May summit. It's going to be May 22nd. So guys, jump on, support. All right. Well, you guys have yourselves a wonderful night, and I will definitely see you on Wednesday. Actually, I'm going to be doing a live just to talk to you a little bit about the course that I have coming up that starts on March 10th. So I'm going to just do a quick little live. It's not going to be anything long, but just to get you guys pumped and excited and ready for Mindset 101 because it is coming back again March 10th. Okay, so I will see you guys next week. Have a good night. Bye.